Hey everybody, it's Jason. I got a question for my nobodies out there. Yes, that's what I've taken. That's what I've taken to calling you. You guys are nobodies, but just please see that as a term of love and endearment. Anyway, my question is: are you sick and tired of feeling like you're not being heard? That you're unappreciated? That your thoughts and ideas don't just fall on deaf ears, but so far away from any ears at all, that you're surprised that your thoughts even know what ears fucking are? Do you find that man, animal, and machine all run screaming at the mere mention of you and your stupid fucking ideas? Are your totally original questions to problems that were never problems at all until you made them problems, ostracized by your family, that one friend you had that one time, the community at large, especially by that fucking guy that lives behind the gas station by the interstate overpass who swears he has an army of trained bats and mice that ride the bats, and old pagers in which to use to get in touch with them when the end times are finally ready to kick off, but, also just to say hi every once in a while. Maybe send a little 143 day away. Well, my theoretical mind make 'em up. Have I got news for you? Even though you're nothing more than a construct used as a thin veil for my own feelings of inadequacy and loneliness. Want to know how to get people to notice you? How you get people talking about you? How you get that fucker Underpass Paul to take fucking notice? Well, I've got the answer in just one simple step. Be an asshole. I don't mean like your regular run-of-the-mill asshole. I mean the kind of asshole that won't hold the door open for an old lady walking into a store, that then mumbles to himself about not being the world's fucking doorman. Then while leaving the store will yell loud enough for others to hear when the same old lady doesn't see you because her hands are full of groceries and her glasses that are thankfully attached to a chain around her neck have fallen because it's like fucking 105 degrees out and the bridge of her nose is just like a disgusting, wrinkly, salty slip and slide. You'll look at the back of her poofy white hairdo and proclaim her to be the biggest bitch you've ever seen in your entire life. How dare she not wait the 20 seconds it took you to make it to the door with your six-pack of PBR? That lady needs to have something terrible happen to her. Don't you think? Well, now you do, because you're an asshole. You'll kick somebody down, then you'll kick them while they're down, and then you'll act all apologetically and then offer them a hand up and then trip them back down while laughing and then just kick them one more time because it makes you feel like a big man to show that seventh grader how the real world really fucking works. Spend your days telling everyone you meet that the things that they love are shitty garbage because you didn't tell them about it before they organically discovered it on their own. One up every story you hear by starting your every response to a tale with, "Yeah, that's crazy, but did I ever tell you about the time that I did the same thing? But I was like super drunk at the time, and I had this crazy hot chick with me, and I got into this fight with like 26 dudes in a Chinatown back alley, and I beat them all, and I'm actually pretty sure I probably killed a bunch of them, but it's whatever, it's no big deal." You gotta spend your nights on internet message boards telling people the bug-fuck crazy thing that they believe in is for retards and fags, and your bug-fuck crazy thing that you believe in is fucking absolutely true because you've seen the evidence and know you won't link to it to prove it because you don't have to prove yourself to a bunch of fags and retards. But especially ladies. Gross. Who let one of those in here, right? Doesn't that walking, talking, sandwich-making factory know that ideas as profound as Mickey Rourke having been replaced by a cybernetic reptilian aren't for the lesser minds of the gross, disgusting, XX chromosome-having girl? But, I'll totally sex you up like crazy because I'm a love machine who has not only been in sex before, but have a penis that is so ready for sex that it in no way is covered in crusted sock rashes. Look, everybody, just go ahead and just believe whatever the fuck you need. This was all sarcasm. Just please believe that. You go be crazy with you, and you go be paranoid in your grandmother's basement. Just don't be a fucking prick about it. That's all. You bunch of assholes. Hey there, everybody.
Hiya!
Hiya to you too, Chris.
Hello. I can't believe you didn't stop me. It was an interesting conversation, but I could tell you that type of shit anytime. Very interesting conversation.
And I mean, we did. People, if whoever we were talking about listens to this show, they would instantly know who the hell we were talking about. So we can't really talk about it. But yeah, I was having some computer problems here, and then Chris and I started talking about this other thing, and then turns out 45 minutes later that my computer's been working just fine for a while now, and I was just really into the conversation. So not only is this episode 2 days late,
yeah,
and I mean it's going to be released at like midnight, so let's go ahead and call this a happy MLK Day, huh?
Sorry about that, kids, but yeah. Happy Junior Day.
We've been saying it happens quite a bit.
Wait, is it Junior or Senior Day?
It does happen. Wait, why would we celebrate Senior?
I don't know, man. You're the history guy. I don't do history.
I mean, Martin Luther King Jr. is the I Have a Dream guy. Right?
Okay, all right, cool. So, sometimes it winds up on my birthday.
Oh. When's your birthday, Chris?
The 17th.
Holy shit, man. That's
2 days from now?
3 days. It's the 14th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, something like that. I thought it was on the
Welcome
Tuesday,
to another episode of See No, Hear No, Speak No.
The UFOs, conspiracies, and the murders.
I'm Jason. Rambo, even. What's your name, Chris? What's your name, Chris Barrios, huh? What's your name?
Yeah, that. What he said.
I'm sorry, man.
Fucking
Look,
spot stealer.
Chris has got to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. It is 10:02 p.m. I have been busy for the past 3 days. This is all my fault, people. Like, if you're going to be mad at somebody, well, you should still be mad at Chris, but that's completely unrelated.
Yeah, that's for different reasons.
This whole thing is me, and I apologize. So, the thing we're going to do today, because we haven't had a true conspiracy episode yet. We've had episodes where weird shit happens and nobody can really figure out what the truth is, but that's not a conspiracy, Chris.
I mean, right? I suppose not. It kind of is.
It's more of a conundrum where different people have differing opinions.
Yeah, no, but when not being able to figure out the truth could also lead to it being something totally different is kind of what a conspiracy is about, right? I mean, that's. I mean, I don't know the exact definition of the word, but I feel like if you can make a situation into something totally fucking off the wall crazy, and if that could actually be true, that's kind of what a conspiracy is.
Okay, so Chris is trying to shoehorn other things we've done into this. I'm saying that we've never had a conspiracy episode. We've had a UFO episode. We've had weird shit episodes. We've had archaeology episodes. And truthfully, Chris, some of my favorites. I really like your archaeology episodes. That's why I'm going to stay away from it, because I think I would make it boring. I would go just boring with it. But I'm going to go ahead and say that we haven't had, if not a true conspiracy episode, we haven't really had a what you would think of as conspiracy if I said, hey man, we do conspiracies on our podcast and shit. Which is, hey, I think that my dog is running a secret organization to kill all of the mice in the world so that the cats are bored.
Yeah, see, there you go. Completely outlandish without knowing the actual truth. Your dog's behavior could be anything, really. I mean, we don't really know everything about dog behavior, so...
He's just super old, and he's just like, I'm an old man. You've gotten your joy out of me. It's time for me to do what I want now.
Right, so, but because he's super old, he's orchestrating from the sidelines, or from the top of the bleachers, and the press box where you don't see him.
Yeah, he's been pooping in secret places around the house, and at night, and then we just smell poop, and we're like, gotta find that poop.
See?
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do.
Sometimes
anyway,
we do.
So this is, hey, you know what? It's kind of weird that our very first True Conspiracy episode is my episode. That was a weird upward inflection at the end of that sentence, but it was a question because it's weird. Like I'm not that guy, right? I mean, that's not me.
Well, I wouldn't have thought I'd be good at the archaeology episodes. I just, find those subjects to be interesting, so I talked about
exactly. And see, me, I don't find the conspiracy to be the interesting shit. What I find to be the interesting shit are the people that would believe such garbage. So,
okay.
I'm gonna do my conspiracy episode probably not the way people that maybe follow us or listen because we have conspiracy in our name would want me to.
Okay.
I am going to bring you some hogwash garbage that probably a good bit of people still believe in, and I am going to tell you why only crazy fucking assholes believe in it.
Well, I think your angle with this whole thing just stays in true good form with our philosophies for the show, and just in general is that fuck you guys. We're gonna do what the hell we want to do, and not
absolutely
generally what you expect us to do.
Absolutely. If this bothers you, then who the fuck cares?
I mean,
it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
If this bothers you, that I think this is a thing that only insane, paranoid people would ever believe in, because while you were, hiding in your closet, scared of this, I was at my nephew's birthday party. Just living like a normal life. That's your deal. You can see. You know what? How about you look at this episode as satire? Like I'm being like. I'm acting like I'm the guy that doesn't believe, like I'm the Stephen Colbert of no, that's terrible. Okay, so
you're actually being nice. If it really bothers them that much, feel free to contact us, and we'll let you know which orifice on your body you can stick that nonsense.
And
if you want help, I can help.
Yes. And see, the thing is I know that Chris believes in some weird shit too. So we did talk about this episode a little bit beforehand because I didn't want this to be one of the weird things that Chris believes in and just have me shit on it for however long this is going to last. So he thinks that this is kind of ridiculous too. So maybe this is one of the things where people are like, oh, that's just stupid. And, there's only just this fringe group. Like, I'm not talking about flat Earth. Or, because oh my God, really, people? Flat Earth? Really? Really? You think that the Earth is flat? Is that what you're telling me sincerely, with the brain that nature fucking created in your head, that you think the Earth is flat? Okay, so off of flat Earth, because there's way too many fucking people that actually believe in flat Earth.
Dude, people are never gonna cease to just make us shake our heads and scoff and sigh at humanity. You guys, oh man. You guys are kind of partially what I live for.
Right. I mean, the funny thing about people like that is that the only argument they have, because I can say, how do I know that the Earth isn't flat? Well, how about thousands of years of scientific research? And then they can say, but nuh-uh, they're lying. Bam. Bam. Point made.
Yeah, well, God works in mysterious ways, right?
They just made me look like a fool.
Everything debunked right there.
Thousands of years of scientific research. So, all right, I'm gonna finally say what this episode's about.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so my buddy Adam, I listen to the show with him because he can't be bothered to listen to it by himself, but I give him rides everywhere. So I'm like, hey, we're going to listen to the new podcast. And he digs it. He thinks it's all right. But he was like, hey, you should look up this thing called Project Bluebeam. I was like, okay, why? And this is why. I will tell you why right now. Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory that claims that NASA is attempting to implement a New Age religion with the Antichrist at its head and start a new world order via technologically simulated Second Coming.
Now,
So-
let me just pause you right there. While we as an audience take a moment to reflect on that statement.
Should I unpack that a little bit in just the? Let's see. Okay, so
Go ahead.
This is a theory, right? Which means it's a thought. It's a thought exercise.
So it's a hypothesis, really, because it can't be
basically
tested. Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Yes. So this is a theory that NASA. So the people that make rocket ships and such, right?
NASA, North American Space Agency.
The severely underfunded agency that we should be overfunding to. Okay, so NASA, for some reason, not any one government, NASA is attempting to implement a New Age religion with the Antichrist at its head. So, NASA, the space agency, wants to start a religion starring the Antichrist.
Can we get a date on this?
No, not yet. You can't.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's like mid-90s.
Yeah, okay.
But there are still people that believe in this, and they're like, "Oh no, the last time it was supposed to happen, it didn't because, it was a little cloudy outside. But no, it's going to happen again. And it's totally going to happen this time for real in like 3 years, and that just keeps fucking happening. So they want to start a new world order. So NASA, the North American Space Agency itself, the people that do space for us, want to start. They
do it hard too.
They want to start a religion starring the Antichrist, so that they can bring about a new world order. Which, I mean, new world order is that's just thrown around so haphazardly nowadays that some of you might not really know what that means. What a new world order means is to have a group of people in charge of everything. Everything. So NASA wants that. Why NASA? If I know. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. Maybe it's going to be one of those episodes where we just shrug at the end. So anyway, via a technologically... Dude, it's terrible. Via a technologically simulated Second Coming. Okay. Can't unpack this one too much yet, because this is going to be the real meat and potatoes of the episode, right?
I feel like you're going to have me nerd laughing through this whole thing. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is amazing, and I feel like these are the types of people. Now, without even unpacking anything, because I understand English and my vocabulary is strong enough to have comprehended everything you've said so far, I've been holding back already, and it's hard. But I feel like these are the people that may wind up perhaps not of any fault of their own, but these are the people that fall into wood chippers and stuff like that. Like these are your random occurrence.
Oh man, these are the people that get Fargoed.
Good Lord, yes, it's fucking. Continue, please.
Okay, so
I love our
NASA
species.
NASA is going to use quote unquote technology to simulate a second coming, which means basically, hey, there's Jesus. Uh-oh.
Simulate.
So this is fun. Okay, so the allegations were brought forth in '94 by a Quebecois?
Wait. Are they going to use the same technology, you think, that they did with Tupac and Coachella?
You know what? You know, I bet that was supposed to be the second coming, and it just didn't work out the way it was supposed to.
Like, maybe that was their test run to see what the prototype fucking tech would do.
And people were like, I mean, it's neat, but, I mean, eh.
I mean, think about it. If all the elites are in on it, Dr. Dre has got to be getting up there, because he is now he's in the B's. He's in the B's. He's past the M's. He's now in the B's. You know,
right.
I feel like perhaps.
I mean dude started out as a doctor. I mean, you can only go up from there.
He spent a few $100,000 helping supposedly helping to have that tech produced so that he could have Tupac make his comeback.
So he farted into a coin purse and then handed it to some scientists. And
they
were like, we got you.
I don't know why Tupac is not just automatically part of this whole conspiracy theory in the first place. I mean, I feel like,
you know what, Chris,
the Machiavelli would just fit perfectly in here.
What do we do better than introducing parts to stories that have no business being there?
All right.
Let's say that not only is Tupac part of this whole story, let's say that Tupac is the head of the New World Order, that he controls NASA. And Tupac is now the focus of this whole story. You ready for this?
No. I feel like Tupac's still the backup dancer. However, what I will...
He's still the backup dancer, yes.
What I will say, though, is
still
that...
dancing for Humpty.
I feel like they probably digitized his and Jesus's and Walt Disney's and a
so
few
like they just
other
took
key
care of
people.
all of it at the same time. So like they walked into the office and they were like, "All right, Scott, you got Jesus, and Jim, you're on Mohammed, and Casey, you're gonna do Ganesh, and then
see, they're all
Rob,
hanging out in a server right now.
Yeah,
they just gotta write them into play.
That's right, Rob.
Continue.
We're gonna need you to do Tupac. And Rob's like, "Why do I get Tupac?" And he's like, "Well, okay. Do you want Tupac or Buddha?" And he's like, "All right, I'll do Tupac."
Rob's more of an East Coast guy. He would prefer to do Wu-Tang.
He was like, "Wait, what, are we not doing Biggie?" And then they were like, "Really, Biggie? Like, just fucking do Tupac or you're fired." And Rob's like, "All right, I just need to go pee first. That's all." And then he jumped out of the window.
We're so pushy.
So pushy.
All right.
Ugh.
So.
Stupid New World Order.
So what's the deal with Jesus, man? How does he fit into this?
So the Quebecois journalist and conspiracy theorist Serge Monast.
French Canadians. Oh, it's getting better. It's getting better.
Fuck yourselves. Fuck yourselves. So Serge Monast later published in his book Project Bluebeam, and then in parentheses NASA. Proponents of the theory allege that Monast and other unnamed journalists who both died of heart attacks in 1996 were in fact assassinated.
How peculiar.
And that the Canadian government kidnapped Monast's daughter in an effort to dissuade him from investigating Project Bluebeam. Okay, to move further into this, we have to... Okay, so we're going to have to dive just way into Serge Monast.
I'm still dipping a toe, man. The water, I feel like the water is still a little murky.
Oh, we're going to... this doesn't get any clearer. This only gets murkier.
Oh, well, shit.
Oh, yeah, no. See, from this point, we're not, skimming the pool. We're just throwing everything that's within arm's reach into it.
Like, you can see that green funk on top. You know damn well the nutrients be fucking in this water, but you're going to dip your balls in it anyway.
There's probably 3 of them just dead at the bottom of the pool.
Man, that's some real swamp kid shit. Let's do it. Fuck it. Go for broke.
So, Serge Monast was a Quebecy. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. They're Quebecies.
Serge is not a French nor a Canadian name, by the way.
It's more of let's say
Brown.
A nouveau that drive, but Polish supercars that were hand built, and he just wipes his ass with old priceless artwork.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So this Serge, he was born in 1945
Okay.
And then he died in 1996.
Oh,
so that means
son of a
that
bitch.
Serge was 51 years old.
Too young.
Right?
Too young.
You know I'm not with the math. I just did that super quick in my head. And if
Okay.
that's right, I'm shocked.
45
Okay.
to 51? 45 to 96, is that what you said?
I certainly did so.
Yeah,
Oh,
51.
come on, I did it faster than that.
51
yeah,
indeed.
The reason you've probably never heard of Serge is because he didn't speak English.
Oh. Well, he's never heard of me either, so I don't take offense.
Before you made a name for yourself, Chris.
But I was alive.
Ooh. Or he had heard of you, and there's no way.
Sons of bitches. What if I'm an abductee and I've never even come to
I agree. What if you're an abductee and you've never? Aliens just keep taking you. They're like, no, we're gonna do it sooner or later, and the other one's like, I don't see how. It's never happened yet. And then the other one's like, come on, you know me. I can do this. And then their boss walks in and they're like, what's this guy doing in here again? And he's like, Johnson, why aren't you working on Tupac? So anyway.
God damn the Matrix. But I can say, if I've never come, then Digital Jesus has never witnessed my transgression. So I guess I could sleep okay tonight.
That's your only transgression. So
see that dude laugh again.
So he's little known to us because he only really spoke French. But this is why French Canada, I Hate You, is that his books remain pretty popular within the French-speaking conspiracy theorists, enthusiasts. Stop being a dick. She's just pushing. There. She's just pushing stuff down. Like she's staring. Hey, you! Stop it! All right. Anyway,
she's trying to let you know she is the boss.
Oh, well, she knows I can't move right now.
Yep.
Find something to throw at her sooner or later. Okay,
I am the boss of you. Okay, allow me to demonstrate.
You want to hear just like a really deep, wonderful, and just quote from Serge here?
I do.
Okay.
So bad.
Who wants to? Okay. Well, then you see, I started, and then you were still talking, and that's not how you hear quotes. It's just not. Are we done?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, Cat! Stop it!
Continue.
Okay. Oh, you so mad at you.
Oh, I love it. She's our special guest for the night.
2, 1. Who wants to will know, but who wants to ignore will deny all the evidence that will be brought, albeit compelling evidence.
That's too much.
That's literally what I just said, with the whole, but thousands of years of science, and them being like, but nuh-uh.
Yeah, no, but I feel like it's too much. It's not catchy enough. It's got to be condensed in a more friendly, user-friendly type of way, though.
I agree. We need him to sell it. We can get Billy Mays, right?
Yeah, I would think so. And or one of those motivational self-help guys.
You know what? That might be better, especially since Billy Mays has been dead for 6 years.
He has.
But you know what? It would be easier and cheaper to get him now.
True. I think his agent probably went another direction at this point.
I can't spokesman cocaine anymore. Oh, it's just... Anyway, okay, so in the 1970s and 80s, he did proper journalism that lots of people read. Proper. And he was an active member of the Social Credit Party. You can ask me what that is, Chris. Go ahead, ask me what that is.
It sounds gross. I don't want to know.
No, come on. Ask me what the Social Credit Party is, Chris.
All right, Jason. What, if you know, is the Social Credit Party? Can you?
I have no fucking clue, and I'm not going to look. So, in the early 90s, he went a bit funny. He's like, okay, instead of doing journalism and stuff, I'm just gonna write about the New World Order now, because he started reading a lot of this other Canadian writer, William Guy Carr. You want to ask me who that is?
Sure. Yeah. Who is William Guy? Whatever you said.
I don't know, and I'm not going to look. So
probably shouldn't. This is already a lot of rabbit holes.
No, we're only into the first rabbit hole, and it seems like there's been 12.
Oh my goodness.
So our good buddy Serge here founded the International Free Press Agency, which gives a legitimate sounding name to.
Sounds kind of bland.
Right. Well, that's what you need when you are grounded in and sprouting from horseshit. You need your front to be something that won't immediately scare even the smallest, stupidest child away.
I get that. That's a good strategy.
Yeah, exactly. And then it has the French spelling and wording of it here, which is actually not the. It wouldn't be the IFPA. It would be the AIPL, because fuck you, French Canada. That's where he published a lot of his own work, because who would want it otherwise? He did an interview with ufologist. That's how I'm going to pronounce that, is ufologist. That's just deal with it.
Works for me, man.
He was on the ufologist Richard Glenn's TV show, which is Esoterism. Stupid goddamn French accent marks.
Esotericism?
Esotericism, but it's not that. It's ESOTERISME, with an accent over the E and the E. Not the last E, just the first two E's. And then experimental. EXPERIMENTAL. Accent over the first little E.
Fuck
the
your
second
accent,
little E.
you fucking French pieces of...
He went on. Okay, so this just says he was unkempt, which means he was dirty and crazy looking, which is probably not the best way to warn people about something that, you know what? I'm going to come out and say it now. Even if there is some kind of New World Order that is plotting whatever this shit they plot, I don't know where they're going to go to lunch today, there's nothing you can do about it.
No. And in this case, there is such a thing as bad press if you really want people to listen to you.
Yeah. It's like, but the only thing that you could ever get from believing in conspiracies is goddamn stress. That's it. Because, or, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this now. Anyone who sincerely believes in conspiracy theories, the only reason that they do is because when the world is coming to an end, they want to look at the loved ones that said, no, you're crazy, and say, I told you so.
I fucking told you so.
And then die with the rest of us.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, none of us are in a position to do anything about it. I think my whole thing is just that I feel like anything in the universe that can happen will happen. You know, that whole thing. So I feel like a lot of these things just sound feasible. They just sound like they would make fucking sense.
It's people trying to make sense out of chaos.
Yeah.
Which is just going to create more chaos.
Well, it looks like chaos to us because we don't know most of it.
Right. I mean, that's why ask anybody. I don't believe in a god, and I don't believe in destiny or karma.
Fate.
What I believe in is chaos, because that's all the universe is.
Yeah.
Is whatever is going to happen in the next second is going to happen, whether it was supposed to happen or not, because it happened.
Agreed.
It could be bad. It could be good. It could be nothing. Most of the time, it's nothing. But chaos is great. So he was unkempt, and he was just obsessed with screaming about a world government.
Thank you, Serge.
So in 94, he published Project Bluebeam, in parentheses, NASA. And then in 95, he published his masterwork, Les Protocoles de Toronto, in parentheses, 666.
The rules of Toronto.
It has dots in between the sixes, so I'm wondering if that comes into play. Let's see. He in this masterwork, he revealed the secret activities of the Masonic group 666. Because if you're gonna be, see, they didn't do what good old Serge did. He put a legitimate sounding name to his garbage. This monastic group was like, you know what, guys? I've been kicking around names in my head, right? I mean, we have a collective head, so that's why I said our.
Uh-huh.
But I'm thinking instead of like, Federation of Puppy Lovers or something like that would be, non-threatening, and people would, we'd be able to take them off guard, maybe. I was more thinking like, what if we just went with like 666? I mean, just, it just feels right.
Yeah. But, I mean,
okay.
Everything is on the sign.
Yeah, so I mean, so we're, because I'm gonna go get T-shirts made.
Go for it.
Okay, good. So, so the order,
I love it.
666, have been for 20 years gathering the world's powerful to establish this new world order and control the minds of all the people. And see, this is where it really gets me every time, is because how can people be so fucking stupid?
Yeah, they're making pretty big moves in 20 years. I mean, that's not easy.
Yeah, I mean, it only took them probably 6 years to come up with the 666.
Uh-huh.
So good old Serge.
At least 6 years, I feel.
Good old Serge here. Serge Monast. Serge if you're monasty. Get it? You get it? It's the Janet thing again. So anyway, good old Mr. Serge. He then started talking about how he was being hunted by the police and authorities because he was involved with networks of prohibited information, which means there's one guy on a computer in, like, I don't know, let's say Maine. No, I already said Maine in another episode. Let's say there's some guy on a computer in Montana. There's nothing in Montana.
Not really, no.
Pretty sure the guy that's on the computer is the only human being in Montana, and that's because he fell out of a plane one day and just he like his body got half buried in like some freshly poured concrete that also fell out of the plane.
Yep.
And now he's just stuck there with a computer in front of him, and he's like, well, I might as well make up some crazy shit and see where it goes, So this network of prohibited information is either child pornography or just some stupid garbage that people pass around to try to make other people believe it. It's like like chain letters used to be like, hey, if you don't send this to all these people, you're gonna die in a horrible something or other. And then I always threw them away, and I'm still here, I think.
Yeah, I never really. Yeah, I'm still here too. I never really fucked with them. Like, you know what? Being friends with you people is just too much work.
Yeah, what's gonna happen. Yeah. And if the universe at large deems it my day to be hit with some space debris, then maybe chaos will allow me to move out of the way before that happens, because nothing is allowing me to do anything ever because chaos.
So far, anyway.
Okay, so this stuff. He was hunted by the police and shit, right?
Kind of sad now.
He homeschooled his son and daughter, that were then made wards of the state in September of '96, so that they would get actual schooling, because Serge Monast was homeschooling these kids.
Right, and he is special.
he's so special, Chris.
Okay.
He's special in the way that no, see that would be putting down the Special Olympics. I'm not even going to say it. People are just going to have to wonder what I was going to say forever. So anyway,
I'm sure that'll eat him up.
I know. Just they're like, why?
Oh goodness.
So he.
Sorry about that.
What was that? What's going on?
It was a sneeze, and it made me cough. I apologize.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're safe.
Yeah, my head didn't blow up this time.
Got worried there for a second. So he was arrested in December of '96. He spent a night in jail. I don't know why he was arrested. I don't know. And I'm not going to look.
It's irrelevant.
Just talking about this guy, it's just, I want to get to the other part, and we're gonna, like, real soon, but, so, the creator of all this stupid bullshit we're about to talk about, he spent the night in jail in December of '96. He came home and died of a heart attack the very next day.
Shit.
His followers, his fans, his readers, his believers, his whatevers, say that he was assassinated by a psychotronic weapon to keep the truth about Project Bluebeam quiet.
Okay.
But the truth being, he suffered a massive coronary because he was a big old fat 51-year-old dude with tons of stress who had just had his kids taken away and spent a fucking night in jail.
Now, did an autopsy report state that he had a coronary?
Well, no, the autopsy said that he died from a psychotronic weapon attack, yeah.
Okay, because, psycho, I mean, that's not your heart, right? So...
yeah.
All right.
Psychotronic weapons and just... I mean, but it's... it's either the psychotronic weapon caused the heart attack, or, like, the heart attack then attracted some random psychotronic weapon wavelengths or something. Mm-hmm. So it's still not clear either way, because you know how those things are, Chris. It's just...
I do.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's just a mess. So...
there's several factors.
This part's great. His fans claim that the Mel Gibson character in the '97 film Conspiracy Theory is modeled on him.
Oh, well, that was nice of them. That's kind of
they're
flattering,
just two
right?
terrible people. Just their chaoses are crossing paths, and Serge Monast, man, his gravitational pull just yanked poor Jew-hating Mel Gibson right into some gross shit he didn't want to be in.
Oh, are you sure?
Well, yeah, he hates Jews.
Mel Gibson seems like kind of a party animal. I think he might have been down for some shit like this.
Oh, okay, that's the part you were... Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, yeah, as long as there were no Jews there. Yeah, I'm sure he'd be fine with it.
Fair enough.
The Jews know that we love them. I just hate their goddamn stupid money chocolate.
I'm just confused by their afros. Like, will picking it out actually do any good, or is it...
Oh no, man. That's just tightly wound curly hair, It's like if you permed a perm that permed itself and then you permed it again. Mm-hmm.
I would totally rock a sideshow bob. Let me just throw that out there.
So, yeah, you would look a lot like a back
fucking
alley version
lunatic?
No, you would look like a back alley version of Bob Ross.
Awesome.
Indeed. So, there's copies of Serge's works are still all over the internet, so if you really feel like looking at it, go for it. I'm not going to do that research for you.
No. I might stumble upon it, though.
They've influenced other batshit crazy people, like Tex Mars, who spells his names TEXEMARRS.
How clever. See, because he did that on purpose.
You think?
Well, I mean, either that or he
wait.
completely illiterate.
Are you telling me that Tex Mars, spelled TEXEMARRS, are you telling me that his mother didn't name him that?
I mean, I imagine we could do some research on that and figure out.
Oh, we could. We totally could.
Because
you or I could simply hit a button
on
do
a lot of
the
things.
supercomputer in our hands. But you know what?
I'm
Would that
American.
make you or I better people? I don't think it would.
No, because if I found out that is his name, then I'd want to slap his mom instead of him. And I mean, I don't think I'd have any feelings one way or the other about which one of them I want to slap. But
Man, that hot sauce was so good.
I just feel like it's just it's not a good, efficient or productive use of our time. So,
I mean, that's absolutely right. We could very well, instead of doing that, we could I don't know, be masturbating, which at least would bring us some joy.
Exactly.
Not with each other, but I mean not with each other.
Like the double Dutch rudder?
No, I don't like that one.
Why not? You don't have to touch my dick.
Well, no,
I won't be touching your dick.
I don't like that one because I don't know what it is, and I don't want to ask.
I can't get the proper rhythm with my left hand is the thing.
So, some of his garbage bullshit writing has been reissued by French publisher and conspiracy theorist Jacques Delacroix.
Oh.
Delacroix? It's Croix, isn't it? It's Delacroix.
Is there an X in it?
There is. There is an X at the end.
It is
Yes.
Delacroix.
Wait, Croix or Croix?
Croix.
Croix.
See.
All right, look, French people,
Oui.
French Canadian people for this episode specifically, but French people in general. Can you cut it out? Can you just please just God.
Get the dicks out of your mouth and alliterate your fucking words.
Or write them in ways that people that don't necessarily speak your language can.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can keep the dicks in your mouth. That's
I don't
fine.
want them to change who they are, Chris. I just want them to change every single aspect of what they do with their lives every single day.
Yeah, they can be who they are on the inside.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't
Yeah.
fucking show me.
Yeah,
God.
see, there's liberty in that. There's freedom in that. Can't take that away.
Chris, we're coming down pretty hard on the French in this episode, and I really do want to tell French people. I mean, like, I have stupid, horrible, idiotic French in me too.
Yeah, I do too. Not
so
Canadian French, but
no. Oh no, ugh, gross. No. You know what's funny though, Chris, is that New Orleans was made by French Canadians.
bullshit. Don't smash my.
No, really.
Don't smash my dreams.
No, really. People from Nova Scotia went to French Canada, and were the coolest, chillest people there. Created the best ways to irrigate crops and stuff like that. Refused to fight in the British and Native wars, and then basically were kicked out by the British. Half of them went back home to Nova Scotia. The other half came down here and was like, "Yeah, we'll start the coolest place ever," and they did.
See, that's a history lesson I could have done without.
I know it infuriates me too, Chris.
You
but
smashed my dreams.
That doesn't mean we have to stop hating French Canadians.
Okay. All right. Well,
okay,
let's just move back into the story. So.
Okay, I will, but I do just want to say real quick that regular Canadians, just to be super clear, you guys are awesome. You guys are the best.
They can
so
be.
Cool.
They can be.
They hate French Canadians too, Chris, which is the best. Okay, so, so proponents of Project Bluebeam allege that Manast and another journalist who is not only just unnamed in the article that I'm reading, but is properly named as another unnamed journalist.
He does not exist.
were in fact assassinated, and the
Gone
Canadian
black.
government kidnapped Manast's daughter in an effort to dissuade him from investigating Project Bluebeam.
Or maybe he was always black.
Maybe. Like, maybe it's just super dark up there, and like nobody can really tell where he's at. And he's fine. He just speaks English though, so nobody knows what the fuck he's saying.
So, this guy's daughter. I feel like this
has been
would have
15 minutes of information, and a half an hour of us shitting on the French and Canadian combined.
Oh my goodness! I've
never had more fun, Chris. I've never felt more alive.
No, this is good. This is good. I'm digging the banter. But I feel like some of this could at least be,
fact checked. Like, hey, daughter,
somewhere.
were you kidnapped?
Yeah. Like, was there a police report or something?
Dude, fuck if I know. The project wasn't apparently supposed to be implemented, or it was supposed to be implemented in 1983. Which, hey, year of my birth. Maybe it was implemented. What? I don't know what that means. But you know, it didn't happen. Then it was set for implementation in 1995. But I mean, okay, so it didn't happen then either, right? But then, you know what? It didn't happen in 95. But we know for a fact, for sure, I have sources. Next year, 96. Fuck, man, it didn't happen again.
Oh. Damn, I feel like...
Wait, no, Chris. We have... Okay, so, it didn't happen in 83. That was a mistake. My math was wrong. I didn't carry the Y.
I feel like she wants it,
and
but
96,
she keeps pussing out.
No, it was 95 and 96, you know. That was just a hard time for everybody, so I get that they couldn't exactly just start doing it then. I mean Right Said Fred's I'm Too Sexy was topping the charts worldwide.
I just listened to that song earlier today. It was amazing.
Oh, same. I listen to that song literally earlier every day, Chris.
That's hilarious.
Because I'm too sexy for my shirt. I'm so sexy that my shirt physically brings me pain, Chris.
Laugh cough.
Yeah, make sure the end of that laugh cough is super loud.
That was that was your fault.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again. So, but then, you know, I know for sure though, like I have it in documentation. You can't see the documentation because if I showed it to you, it would explode in just a stream of, I don't know, let's say hummingbirds.
Oh, God's true name is written on that documentation.
Exactly. And we will know all this by the year 2000, Chris.
And the Metatron is technically dead now.
I mean, Surge is dead before that.
Oh, yeah, that's that too.
So I think we're gonna have to leave it up to you and I to let the people know if Project Bluebeam was in fact implemented in 2000, bringing about a new world order run by NASA.
You can count on us, Detective Chris, and what's your?
Oh, I'm a sergeant. Yeah.
Sergeant.
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah, I outrank you. I outrank you, and
on the job.
Because this whole Project Bluebeam case, it's just a bunch of fat dudes farting into their hands and smelling it, Chris.
Sorry, kids. He's not going to pay me to investigate this horse, Hadouki.
Nope. I need Chris to continue sending me just super weird pornography.
That's what Chris does.
That's literally all Chris does. So, let's talk about the actual structure of Project Bluebeam here for a minute.
Please.
It has everything, Chris. It really does. First, it will take things that have already factually actually happened and try to make it seem like they predicted that would happen. and that these things happened so that it would mentally ready you for the real thing. It shows a complete and utter lack of comprehension of psychology, and specifically the psychology of the paranoid. It plays thirdly, it plays on stupid people's fears of advanced technology, quote unquote.
These are Serge's words?
Oh no, these are someone else's words that I'm changing to make my own.
Oh, okay.
But it plays on the fears of the. Dude, I keep wanting to use the R word, but
The
okay,
layman.
so
the layman.
Yes, the layman. It takes the technologically unprepared person's fear of the fact that they have no idea what a goddamn PlayStation is. It's not a Nintendo. If you call it a Nintendo one more time, I will burn the house down, mother.
After punching you directly in the throat.
Turn off your Nintendo. I haven't had a Nintendo in 20 years.
Right.
You turn off your Nintendo. So it throws together older, crappier conspiracy theories, and it just starts, with being paranoid, and then it goes just wild, and just it makes less sense the more sense they try to make it make. So the theories.
Is that the strategy?
It's actually a kind of a popular theory. I mean, mostly on the internet.
Like cult classic popular, or popular like
not like cult classic popular, but more like I guess like Coke classic popular. No, it's not that popular. Let's say it's like what is just barely popular?
Let's see. Like Lord Rael popular, or like Scientology popular?
Lord Rael kicks the shit out of this. Let's say he's like okay. So you know how downtown they have that really cool human statue who's like got a top hat and sunglasses, and he's got like the little sounding thing in his mouth.
Sure.
Like if you put like however much money in his little bucket, like he'll move, and like you can take a picture of him, and then he'll just stand there forever if he doesn't get any money. Okay, so
easiest, hardest job ever.
And then the other guy who has no makeup on at all, and he's just dressed in street clothes, and he just stands there and he yells at people for not giving him money because he's a human statue.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay, so silver guy is flat Earth. Other guy is this. Okay.
Oh, point taken. Okay, received.
All right, so there's tons of you can look it up. There's websites, there's YouTube videos of Project Bluebeam ranting and raving.
I love it.
He lectured on his theory in the mid-90s, which is when he died, so he couldn't do it much longer after that.
Right, naturally.
There is one transcript of one of these lectures that's pretty widely available. He then went to write his book. Like, he did all this stuff at the very end of his life. I mean, he came up with the theory 10 years earlier, or even a little before that, maybe 15. But he didn't really do anything with it till the very end.
So he was basically a retiree. That
kinda. He's like, I did the whole actual journalism thing. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just make shit up now.
Well, at least he didn't have to. He didn't get to ruin his entire family's lives and children's lives with this fucking ridiculousness. And
right.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
No, he just screwed with his children for a few years before.
Just a few.
Which is really, if you can't make your kids' lives miserable just like a few years before you die, what's the use of having kids?
See, there you go. There you go.
Like, you take out your anger and inadequacies on people that have no right for it to be taken out on them, but they can't do anything about it because you own them. So,
I feel like it's the ultimate any press is good press sort of scenario, that as long as you leave them with something other than funeral cost debt, your legacy will be carried on.
And see,
they'll find a way to respect and forgive you.
You said the whole any press is good press thing earlier while we were talking about something completely unrelated. And I said that's not necessarily true. Any press is good press, except if you get caught molesting children. Yeah. That's bad press no matter how you look at it.
Indeed.
Unless, of course, you're trying to become the most famous child molester in the world, then I guess.
I mean, that's a bad title. You really...
I mean, even if you want to be the most prolific child molester in the world, you still probably don't want to be the most famous one.
Have I mentioned how sick of that word I am?
What, prolific?
Yeah.
That's why I keep using it, because yes, you have.
Okay.
Prolifizing. How about that? Okay, so he wrote a book which is currently unavailable because his publisher, they didn't feel like reissuing it. So
done with his guy.
The currently available pages and videos all appear to trace back to 4 documents: a transcript of the 94 lecture by Monast translated into English. Number 2 is a GeoCities page, because fucking of course it is, written by David Oppenheimer, which appears to draw on the original book. Number 3, a page on educateyourself.org, compiled in 2005, which appears to include a translation of the book from the French. And then number 4, Monast's page in French Wikipedia. The French Wikipedia article is mostly taken from 2 books on conspiracy theories and extremism that were written by Pierre-André Taguieff.
Interesting.
Taguieff? Question mark? Taguieff?
I don't know what it sounds like.
But he's
French people.
Pierre-André Taguieff is he's an academic expert on racists and extremist groups.
Oh.
Okay. Chris and I are now gonna count to 3 silently in our heads, to let that last sentence that I just said, to let it just really sink in for you. His French Wikipedia page is largely sourced from 2 books on conspiracy theories and extremism by Pierre-André Taguieff, who is a mainstream academic expert on racists and extremist groups. Okay, and silence. Okay, did that sink in?
Yeah.
Is it in you now to know what I just said? Okay, good. Okay, so from this very little bit of information, a ton of shit has been made. What's funny, though, is that even the French language stuff about it usually doesn't even cite the original book, but translated from the English translation of the French.
Oh, no. Come on.
So French people are finding the English translation of the French book and then translating it back into English.
What the fucking shit? They're grapevining one publication?
No, I think what you meant was daisy chaining.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, because this is dick and butt all day. So, most conspiracy theorists that believe in this shit seem to use quantity, as kind of like their measuring stick. Like, hey, but look, there's all this shit. You know what I mean? Like they're like, how could there possibly be such a huge girth of information if it's bullshit.
Well, now you're just talking nasty.
Right. But I'm talking nasty.
Good shit. Good shit.
So, but there's basically just 4 shitty websites that this huge girth of information is directly based from. Like, if you read, because this is not just embarrassing but painful for me to say. I actually did some real research on this, and that's when I threw my hands up and was like, fuck this.
Right.
Because it's stupid. It's so dumb, man. And, like, I read the same thing 30 times on 50 different pages, and everyone was like, yeah, this is totally a unique view that I have on this that was just copy and pasted with, like, dumber words from other stupid things.
Right. Well, that's what the internet does.
That's right. The internet has killed, in its entirety, originality.
Yep.
The end. So, people that believe in this stupid garbage are, they use a lot of these things that I'm about to say, and holy shit, oh my god, Chris, I swear to you,
what's wrong with my headphones?
No, wait, are you not hearing me?
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
No, yeah.
Okay.
I hear you.
Okay, I swear that I had never read this sentence until now.
Sorry.
This sentence, I think, Chris, you and I might start crying in joy once I read this sentence. You ready for this?
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay. I'm going to read it verbatim because it's hard for me to think right now.
My butthole's puckering right now.
Proponents of the theory have extrapolated it to embrace HARP, 9/11, the Norwegian Spiral, chemtrails, FEMA concentration camps, and Tupac Shakur.
No fucking way. Okay.
Dude, no bullshit. I'm taking a screenshot. Okay. Screenshot taken. Just remind me to send that to you when we're done. And
I mean, am I mad or am I a genius? Or perhaps a little bit of both?
And Tupac Shakur. Apparently, just everything that has to do with anything conspiracy has to do with Project Blue Book, because
Blue Beam.
Oh, son of a bitch! Blue Book is the actual alien files thing.
Yeah.
That is still, but yeah, Beam. Sorry.
It's special as well.
So, what's green ink, Chris?
I mean, other than face value, I would have no idea.
I mean, it seems like it's being used as a like a shorthand for a type of writing, I guess, because this next thing says, "Behold a pale horse," which is William Cooper's '91 green ink magnum opus, and it's I want to say that it's being used mockingly.
Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like.
But same time, I can't imagine what or why. Any hoozle. Okay. Okay, so Behold a Pale Horse, which is this dude's green ink magnum opus, has lately been considered a prior claim for evidence of blue beam. But I mean, that's what conspiracy theorists do. They're like, oh, but wait, this other thing from before also talks about it. No, yeah, totally. No, it does. No, you can't see it because it's in French. It's not gay.
It's in French, and we've already blacked out all the lines that might give you any real information.
Yes, or just information that tells you that this book is actually about a horse that was painted white, and that this guy really loved, and that
He used to
He
braid
came back
its
from the
mane.
store one day. He came back from the store, and he called for his horse. He said, "Horse I painted white, where are you?" And the horse didn't respond. And he looked, and then... I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that horse was dead because some
that horse was dead because the dude painted him.
And started
He
feeding
painted
him
him.
candy.
Horses aren't supposed to smell paint fumes, man. This is like in the...
Fucking pink popcorn. The horse was diabetic, man.
Yeah, we've all seen Half-Baked. Which, you know what? Nowhere near as funny as I thought it was in high school. Maybe I just don't get stoner humor anymore.
It was a different kind.
I don't know, man. Like, it's got its moments, but it is certainly stoner humor.
Yeah, it's a high school
give
type
it that.
of humor.
So, a bunch of conspiracy theorists, believe that this book is like an earlier claim of Bluebeam. They retrospectively start just picking this and that. And, let's see. Okay, this makes reference to the Texas sharpshooter fallacy. Which sounds like
we're talking about penises now.
I think so. Hold on, let's see.
Okay.
See, this I clicked on because I want to know what the Texas sharpshooter fallacy is. Oh, it's also called the clustering fallacy. It occurs when the same data is used both to construct and to test a hypothesis, which a fallacy, as we all know or will now be informed to as such, a fallacy is an untruth.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There is another meaning. Okay.
So this fallacy's name comes from a parable in which really a parable about a Texan? I thought parables were like Bible stories. Parable in which a Texan fires his gun at the side of a barn, then paints a bullseye around the bullet hole and claims to be a sharpshooter. That dude has got his fucking priorities in order.
If you can pull it off.
The shot, while being completely random, he can still go back and make it seem as though he hit the exact bullseye perfectly. Which, calling what we're talking about here a Texas sharpshooter fallacy fits ridiculously well. Because, like I said, people are just going back and being like, hey, we can shoehorn that in here. Grab your horns so we can put them in shoes and then do things with them.
What? I mean, yeah.
I am so close to being exhausted, but we're so close to being done. Okay. Okay. However, I'm about to read some quotage to you, so I'll let you know when it's about to start. So get your babbles out now. Perfect. Thank you. However, the following quotes from pages 180 to 181 intersect slightly with the specific themes of Bluebeam. Okay, starting now. It is true that without the population or the bomb problem, the elect would use some other excuse to bring about the New World Order. They have plans to bring about things like earthquakes, war, the Messiah, an extraterrestrial landing, an economic collapse. They might bring about all these things just to make damn sure that it does work. They will do whatever is necessary to succeed. The Illuminati has all the bases covered, and you're going to have to be on your toes to make it through the coming years. Can you imagine what will happen if Los Angeles is hit with a 9.0 earthquake? New York City is destroyed by a terrorist-planted atomic bomb? World War III breaks out in the Middle East? The banks and stock markets collapse? Extraterrestrials land on the White House lawn? Food disappears from the markets? Some people disappear? The Messiah presents himself to the world, and all in a very short period of time? Can you imagine? The world power structure can and will, if necessary, make some or all of those things happen to bring about the New World Order. Okay. That was a long breath. All right, so to end...
None of that is surprising, though.
What, that stupid people think that could happen?
What, that the government is trying to bring around a new world order? Or that they would
wouldn't-
try all of these false flag attack yourself operations to pull it off.
I don't see what they would gain by destroying most of the population. Like, isn't the whole reason to be in charge of a new world order to boss people around into doing whatever the fuck you want them to?
No.
Okay, if there's going to be a new world order, why doesn't this new world order come out and be like, hey guys, we're in charge now. Okay, see you later.
I mean, that's a whole nother episode, dude. Yeah, we can't go into that. And it's funny though that this conspiracy wraps up a lot, like entangles a lot of different conspiracies.
That's how you can tell that it's one of the good ones.
Oh man,
is that
it's
it takes
amazing.
from every other one to try to prove its point. But to close now, and it's funny that this is the closing because this is what Project Bluebeam specifically, actually, super for real guys is supposed to do. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
So, it's there to bring about a global New Age religion. They plan on taking. Okay, so.
And this is a
one,
NASA
right?
project, right?
NASA, the North American Space Agency.
Okay.
The people that sent Voyager into space. The people that the good goddamn Carl Sagan wrote the most beautiful piece of writing ever about every single one that you've ever loved and every single person that you've ever known.
Yep.
And every single person that's ever breathed a breath that has ever been is on that pale blue dot.
Yeah.
Now,
wait. Let me just throw out there real quick that I to clarify that. Wait. Hang on a sec.
Oh, son of a bitch. I really hope you're still recording, because you just hung up on me.
What the fuck, man? Oh, well, I paused it.
I don't even think he knows
I mean,
he'd hung
there'll be
up
a gap.
on me.
That's it. It
Calling
was
him back. I'm calling him back. I really hope he's still recording. Calling him back, and he answered the phone.
I did
you
nothing
stop
of the
your
sort.
recorder, you dick.
Uh-huh.
Why? Now I got all kinds of extra work to do. God damn it! Like this
Continue.
episode isn't fucking late enough. Yeah, but I gotta find out where the gap. Anyway, okay, wait, like an hour 10. Son of a bitch, man! You hung up on me. I don't appreciate that. You said, "Oh, hey, let me see it," and then click. So anyway, okay, good. Because step one here, it requires the breakdown of all archaeological knowledge, which means that they have to fake earthquakes at precise locations. They have to fake new discoveries at these locations, which will then explain to like fundamentalists that everything that they believe in is wrong, specifically Christians and Muslims, because who's crazier than them? So basically, you have to cut this stuff down before you'd be able to create a one world religion that could, in theory, have everyone believe in it. The people that believe in their things.
Stages.
Exactly. So the people that believe in their things so radically now would have to not believe in those things anymore.
Right. I think the Egyptians proved that just a quick switch is not going to work.
Right. And like one of the good examples here is like the Shroud of Turin is like still believed by way too many people to be the actual death shroud of Jesus, even though it's been proven very definitively that it is a medieval art piece. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but people are, just crazy about shit sometimes. Okay, step 2.
Pretty badass.
Step 2. this is the coolest part, right? This is what grabbed me, and I was like, I gotta talk about this because this is neat. So, step 2 involves a gigantic space show. Like it's like being at the planetarium for like the Pink Floyd night.
I love it.
But the whole sky, right?
Make sure we got shrooms.
That's right. So, no, fuck that shit. So the sky, right? The thing that we look up at and can see. Well, I mean, I'm inside right now, but still, you get the point.
I'm a fan.
You remember what the sky is, right?
Sure.
Okay, so 3-dimensional holographic laser projections will be beamed all over the planet. The projections will take the shape of whatever deity is most predominant there and will speak in all languages. At the end of the light show, all of the gods, they're going to like mush merge, right? They're going to be like, and then it's just going to be one dude there, right? Chris, I need you to give me your best guesstimate to who this one dude that all of the gods meld into.
Steve Jobs.
You read ahead, didn't you?
No, that was honestly just my.
Well, I mean,
the first thing that popped into my head.
Well, I mean, this says the Antichrist, but I think both are okay to say.
My second guess was Danny DeVito. I don't think that would have been too far off either.
Oh man, he's the anti-god. He's just cuddly.
He's fucking awesome.
He's
and
so
insane.
fucking crazy. So, like, what's crazy about this is that people that believe that Project Bluebeam is some kind of conspiracy is that these people are dumb enough to think that people on the ground looking up at Jesus, beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed, abs of fucking steel Jesus, turning into some other dude, that the people on the ground are going to be like, I guess that's our new god, right? Jesus wouldn't just meld into whatever. Like, okay, we're gonna, this is good. This is good. I'm hungry now, but this is good. People are stupid, but most people aren't crazy.
I'm over here trying to picture, what color Speedo Jesus would choose to rock on his way back down for the rapture. Like, would he be?
It is baby blue, and it's made of it. Like, it looks like it almost looks like it's suede, but it's not suede because you can't get suede wet.
I was thinking he would go green.
No way.
He would wear green.
No, he's got to match his eyes, man. Come on.
Kind of like retro to the throwback to the fucking fig leaf.
Now, are we talking scenario. Are we talking Speedo like Olympic swimmer Speedo, or are we talking like Italian or French Riviera Speedo? Like a thong?
More like Olympic swimmer.
Okay, well then green's okay, because I was thinking like banana hammock thong. And that's, you got to match the eyes with that. It's like,
well, you said abs of steel, and immediately, for some reason, abs of steel in my head, associated with a man, goes to fucking Speedo. I don't know why.
Oh, dude, have you ever?
We're not here to analyze me, Jason.
No, not at all. Have you ever seen Hamlet 2? It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
No, that sounds like gay porn, though.
No, it's certainly not. It's a Steve Coogan movie that's hilarious as fuck. But there is a wonderful, beautiful, amazing song in it during the performance of Hamlet 2 that's just called Rock Me Sexy Jesus. It's the most catchy thing you'll ever hear. So,
sexy Jesus, sexy Jesus, sexy Jesus, sexy Jesus, sexy Jesus.
You know what? Now that I think of it, it was set to the music of Amadeus.
Nice.
No,
God damn it, I'm on a roll tonight.
Yeah, no, you have been wrong 3 out of 3 times.
You fucker.
That's right. So anyway,
friends like these guys.
That's really the biggest thing out of this whole thing is that they think people are fucking stupid enough to be like, oh, hey, all the deities, oh, hey, they became one dude. Oh, let's follow this dude.
Where's the speaker? Where's the speaker that's broadcasting their voices?
See, that's the best part, man. They have something that just like puts it in your head, like you're just gonna hear it.
A satellite Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I I mean,
that's one of the psychotronic weapons that they're working on. That's like a giant dish that's
I guess I don't know.
In your head.
So this stage of the plan will apparently be accompanied with the aid of a Soviet computer that'll be fed with the minute physiological particulars based on their studies of the anatomy and electromechanical composition of the human body and the studies of the electrical, chemical, and biological properties of the human brain. And every human has been allocated a unique radio wavelength, and the computers are so capable of introducing suicidal thoughts.
Okay.
So apparently the Soviets have a thing. They're going to make us all hear the thing, and apparently the new guy in the sky is going to be like, kill yourselves.
For a second there, it sounded like you were saying, and I really thought I was right there with you, but apparently I was way off. A second, it sounded like it almost sounded like you were saying that this Soviet computer is outfitted with all the information of what makes a human. So then I started thinking about like the weird science scenario, and that this Soviet computer is now going to pump out the perfect human, to like replace us all.
No. It's just going to make us want to kill ourselves. But wait, not only does it do that, Chris, the second part of step 2, right? This one, this is the real gem to me.
Do tell.
Okay, so when the hologram, says, "Hey guys, you ever thought about maybe killing yourselves or whatever?" It's supposed to set loose millions of programmed religious fanatics through demonic possession on a scale never witnessed before. Wait. The United Nations plans to use Beethoven's Ode to Joy as the anthem for the introduction of the New Age One World Religion. So this computer is going to make people think they're demonically possessed. It is going to set them loose on the non-believers. And Ode to Joy is going to be blaring from every fucking ghetto blaster within 10 fucking goddamn yards.
Well...
Okay, so step 3, right? Because we're getting long here. Step 3 is the telepathic electronic two-way communication. It involves making people think that their God is speaking directly to them through telepathy. It's going to be projected just right into your head, which means that, Anderson Cooper is going to be talking to me. Because, oh, God, dude, if I were gay, he'd be in trouble. By using extreme low-frequency radio waves. I don't think that this guy knows what radio waves are. So that's what happens, right? Step 4. Step 4 has 3 parts, which really makes it step 4, 5, 6, and 7. Making humanity think an alien invasion's about to occur over every major city. That's step 1. Step 2, making Christians think the rapture is about to happen. That's step 2. Step 3, a mixture of electronic and supernatural forces, allowing the supernatural forces to travel through fiber optics, coax, power, and telephone lines to penetrate all electronic equipment and appliances that will by then all have a special microchip installed.
Maximum overdrive, okay.
Then chaos will break out and people will finally be willing, maybe even desperate enough to be like, "Oh, New World Order, yay, save us from the old world order."
So wait. We got the rapture.
Yeah.
The aliens.
Yeah.
And a maximum overdrive style situation.
Yeah.
And somehow enough of us are gonna believe that other dumbass humans are going to be capable of doing anything at all about this situation, just because they're going to come out at the right time and say, "Hey, we know how to fix all this, no fucking problem."
Done. You have my vote. Yes.
Unplug the machine.
Chris, you know what's weird is the way you're. I feel like maybe you're not taking this seriously, Chris.
Look,
this is I mean, a man died because of this, Chris.
What's What's one of the detective's mottos, or not mottos, but like main points for the philosophy or whatever, is that you think about what's the most likely scenario,
and that's what it is.
Probably, like 8 out of 10 times, that's what it is.
Like when your kid is standing next to the empty cookie jar and he's got freaking oatmeal crumbs all over his face, and you say, "Hey, stupid kid, what happened to the stupid oatmeal cookies?" And the kid's like, "I don't fucking know. Why don't you fucking go buy some more fucking cookies?"
If he winds up telling you anything other than an alien or satanic sex cult story about what happened to the cookies and why he was forced to shove them into his little cookie hole.
Okay, if it were my kid and he told me anything other than alien or satanic sex cult forced him to eat all the cookies, I would have failed as a parent.
I would opt for a paternity test. That's what I would do.
Indeed. If he's like, "I don't know, maybe someone ate them," I'd be like, "Okay, well, you're going up for adoption." So, okay, yes, I keep saying this is the crazy part, and this is the crazy part. Okay, Chris, this is the crazy part. You ready?
Let's fucking do it. My dick is like 3/4 mast right now. I am loving every minute of this. It's going to
explode in just a shower of bloody, hummingbirds. The New World Order.
Never gotta get it.
The New World Order, according to Mr. Manash. You ready for this? His 1994 book detailed what would happen after the New World Order saved our asses. Basically, thank you, New World Order. Let me put that out here now. All people will be required to take an oath to Lucifer with a ritual initiation to enter the New World Order. Resistors.
Does that include the aliens they've enslaved now alongside us?
Well, no, they just projected them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So resistors will be categorized as followed. We have 7 categorizations here. I would like you to reserve your cheers and applause till the very end. Okay, 1.
Oh, I'm taking notes.
Christian children will be kept for human sacrifice or sexual slaves. Number 2.
Well, yeah.
Prisoners to be used in medical experiments. Number 3. Prisoners to be used as living organ banks. Number 4. Healthy workers in slave labor camps. Number 5. Uncertain prisoners in the International Re-Education Center. Thence to repent on television and learn to glorify the New World Order. Number 6. The International Execution Center. And number 7. As yet unknown 7th classification.
What? I gotta say, that 7th one is by far the most mysterious.
It's certainly the fucking scariest one.
You just don't know what to expect.
If it's not child sexual sacrifice or slaves or being used in experiments or living as an organ bank or just being a labor slave or having to go on TV and suck somebody's something off, and
if it's equal or worse than that and still that mysterious,
I mean, it's got to be worse,
it's got to be the most awful thing ever.
I mean, the best thing about it is Manass was sitting there and he's like, 7's a really good number, though. I mean, but I can't think of. You know what? I'm just going to say that there is a 7th, and that it's just not. Nobody knows yet. I mean, but they're going to have one. 7's a good number, even though they're 666, and I named them that because I created them. 7 would be the number they would shoot for things to put dissenters into. So,
I feel like the rest of that is fairly unclever, though. Like I said earlier, like it's taking a lot of other conspiracies, theories, and mashing them all together with this one whole thing. including the New World Order, which I can't not picture Hulk Hogan in his black T-shirt when I, think about the New World Order. But that's neither here nor there.
Hey, Chris, remember when I just said that part that I was reading was the best part?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you finished.
Well, no. Do you remember when I said that though? You want to hear where the actual idea for that government attack actually came from? It's pretty good. Whew. All right.
Sorry, I was yawning. God, yes.
In May of 1975, Gene Roddenberry accepted an offer from Paramount to develop Star Trek into a feature film.
Oh, give me all of that.
And moved back into his old office on the Paramount lot. He proposed a story that told of a flying saucer hovering above Earth that was programmed to send down people who looked like prophets, including Jesus Christ. All of the steps of this conspiracy theory were in the unmade mid-70s Star Trek film script by Roddenberry, which were recycled for the Star Trek The Next Generation episode Devil's Due, which was broadcast in 1991.
Well, that's mighty thorough of him to have put all that together. And yet again, this is all conspiracy theories like mashed into one, because this whole Gene Roddenberry thing, that's not new either.
So there's technically no real information like really stating that he stole what he thinks from Star Trek, but I mean, come on.
Actually, the whole Gene Roddenberry thing is an Aleister Crowley ritual with a bunch of elites in Hollywood, and Roddenberry was invited. Oh no, it wasn't Crowley. It was Edgar Casey.
Okay, that's another episode. We're at an hour 31 now. I got to finish this. Okay, because you have to wake up in like 4 hours.
True.
Okay, so the proponents of this batshit confidently state that it's obvious, because really it is obvious, that Monast had been fed deceptive information by the CIA. Duh. That's how he came up with it, because he didn't come up with it at all. It was handed to him in a goddamn muffin gift basket or some shit. I don't fucking know. What do you
by
give
the CIA?
What do you give fat French Canadians?
Yeah.
A baguette. It was in a baguette.
A loaf. I give them a loaf, but it does not necessarily bread.
Okay, there's further reading crap on here, but it's all in French, so who gives a fuck? The end. The end, Chris. What do you think of Project Bluebeam? Fuck you, French Canada.
I loved it. I mean, I could spend all day telling you what I've learned. I could spend like 2 minutes, to be honest. I'm exaggerating.
You know what I learned from this, Chris? Is that humanity as a whole will always be ignorant, but people as specific people are fucking retarded.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's both sides of the spectrum, you know?
Dude, my eyeballs don't hurt anymore because I finally got to call them what I wanted to call them the entire goddamn episode.
Good. I'm glad you're relieved, and perhaps you can get some good rest tonight.
No, man, I'm going to be up just whacking away the tears, if you know what I mean. High five, yeah?
High five, sir.
Hey, everybody out there, you know what you should do? Is you should email us, you know?
You could do that.
You know,
we'd appreciate it.
We attacked some people pretty viciously tonight, and are not apologetic for it. We attacked a whole section of Canada, mostly in the Quebec region, because fuck you, French Canada. We've just mercilessly made fun of just every single person we mentioned tonight.
Because we can.
Yeah, I mean, we were okay with Tupac, just not the people recreating him.
Indeed.
Dude, when I saw fucking Tupac Shakur in that sentence, I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way, right? But yeah, there's a way. But
it has to be.
I think they're more. I think they were more talking about like they killed Tupac, not created him for Coachella.
Well, the whole thing is about fucking holograms, right?
Yeah, but I was reading you a bunch of shit that it supposedly it will be used in or as or had been, blah, blah, blah. And most of those things didn't have anything to do with holograms. So anyway, email us. You know, we have an email address. It's really easy. I mean, it's a little long. Because
it's a little long.
I could have just done like abbreviations and stuff, but it doesn't roll off the tongue like see no, hear no, speak no pod at gmail.com.
This is true. SNHNSN pod. Yeah, it's kind of hard to.
SNHNSNP. See, and then people would be like, what? I didn't understand what all the letters were, and we'd never know because you'd never goddamn email us anyway.
This is true.
Okay. This episode has got me riled up. I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to find the nearest, let's see, like the nearest, I'm going to find the nearest flower, and I'm going to fuck it up.
Well, it's 10 degrees where I am. I'm not going outside at all, but I'm going to open the window when we're done here and take in some nicotine while I digest this episode.
Indeed. I'm
turn it into a turd.
I'm gonna go smoke too. So, hey everybody, thanks for hanging out tonight. If we made you mad or like made you feel stupid or like if we insulted you in any way, fuck yourself. Who cares? Stop being so goddamn stupid and make funnable.
Stop being so fucking sensitive. And if this episode was difficult to follow and you want to
is it ever?
Contact us about some clarification or, whatever.
Do your own goddamn research,
Yeah. You could do that too. But, I mean, you're always welcome to ask us questions or say something.
And I will say that if we are asked sincere questions about wanting more information about what we had talked about, I will gladly give that up unless I see that you're from French Canada.
Yep. Or especially if you are from French Canada and not sitting on the toilet or stuck in traffic, let's not.
That's right. You know what though? Maybe that's why we haven't been getting very many emails or any at all.
I never thought about that. You might be right.
See, we told people way early that unless you're stuck in traffic or on the toilet, I didn't want to fucking hear from you because I didn't want you listening to us.
You were kind of forceful about that too.
I was. So I'm gonna broaden it just a little bit. I'm gonna say toilet. I'm gonna say traffic. I'm also gonna say making toast on a Wednesday morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that might pick it up a little bit.
That's good stuff. That's good.
So, all right, guys, it's late. And
it is late.
I'm too hyped up about this stupid bullshit. So I'm gonna take a breath. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Let the dogs out. Come back in. I'm gonna. You know what? Chaos. It's all chaos. Who the fuck knows what I'm gonna do when I come back in?
I'm fucking tired, and I'm glad I jerked off earlier today, so I don't have to worry about that. I can just smoke this cigarette
I still gotta fit that in
bed.
Somehow tonight.
You still have to fit that in? Oh,
there's never enough time. I've been Jason Rambo, and you have just listened to another pretty fucking great episode, I think, of See No, Hear No, Speak No.
UFOs, conspiracies, and murders. Right along with your good buddy, Chris Barrios.
Chris!
You know I'm your good buddy. Right, kids?
Chris,
yes.
You do the countdown this week.
Am I allowed? Really?
No, the cops are going to bust in right when you start. Yeah, do it, man.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
That's a count up, Chris.
Fuck you guys.
Try one more time. You just
count
up. It's a count down.
Fucking shit.
Okay,
well, I got to do that in another language.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Night,
Later,
kids.
kids. Later.